Welcome back to the Flaming Eyeball Farm, where today we're moving and changing some things. The cucumbers I think are pretty much done. Well, I know they're done now. They've been attacked by squash bugs, and along with all of our squash that used to be here, the cucumbers are now in the compost bin. I just took them all out. Probably what we'll do is we'll clean this up, let it sit for a day or two. We'll get this trellis going and maybe get this trellis going where the cucumbers were with the peas. We planted some peas, so we can try and get some peas for the fall time. We'll see how that works out. This whole farmer thing it's a lot harder than it seems. Sometimes you got to really be out here every minute, every second sometimes. Now, one of the things we were doing was letting our tomatoes ripen up, but this week we've had so much rain that it's just splitting the tomatoes open. I mean, and they're basically rotting on the vine, and all of these tomatoes are open, and then once they get open, the ants crawl in them, the ants get in them, and so they're no good. We may be nearing the end of the tomatoes as well. Looks like our peppers are coming in. They're coming in okay, but obviously they're not going to produce anything unless we put them in the ground. So I'm going to have to see if we're going to put those in the ground or if we're going to let them go. But it was just so blazing hot for a bunch of weeks in a row. Really, really hot. And then all of a sudden we got tons of rain. There you go. If anything else, the chickens are doing good. We're up to about 5 or 6, 7 eggs a day now. And so that's still not probably at full production since we have 14 hens, but it's all good. So the peppers are doing good. The habaneros, we're actually getting some yellow ones on the plant, so that's good. The jalapenos are still doing good, still producing really well. They like all this hot and rain. So we're still getting more flowers and more production out of the jalapenos. The chickens love to come out here and talk to us when we're working in the garden. Huh? I was thinking about maybe letting them out here just to see if they would attack all these bugs out here, but I don't know if we could get them back in the gate. We probably could get them back in the gate without too much trouble. Maybe we'll give it a shot. Might be fun.
Did you see the red mushroom?
What? What is that?
A mushroom. You see those one right there.
Oh, freaky. Look at these red mushrooms. Those are weird. Don't eat them. Yeah, if you know what kind of mushrooms those are, let us know. The good thing is, with all this water, the watermelon are coming in. Now, we've lost a lot of watermelon that grow up along the edge of the fence, and anywhere there's a ground cover, where this ground cover is not, squish all the squash bugs, where the ground cover is not covering, but like these have a good chance right here. These watermelons here have a good chance of making it, as long as the squash bugs don't get them, and as long as the mole or the whatever it is that's digging up through the ground, groundhogs, mole. But we got several watermelon starting to come in all over the place, little ones. We got a couple that are hanging up over there, and I mean, they're not that big yet, but those have doubled in size in 2 days. So hopefully those will ripen up and we'll get some watermelon out of this little patch here. But there's a lot of watermelon coming through that are all in this patch. So, and that's the only reason I'm afraid to let the chickens out. I'm afraid to go over there when I want them to go over there and eat all the bugs. So, probably won't let them out. Even though it'd be fun, but then they also can fly enough that they'll get out. So, anyway, I think tomatoes are done, and that's where we are. Quail are doing good now that I've got them so where they can't get out of their cage. The dog hasn't gotten any more of them, so that's good. Chickens are doing good, and like I said, they go in each and every box, and We're finding eggs in almost all the boxes except the middle one. We haven't found any in this one yet, but mostly they like this one. We'll come out and find 5 or 6 eggs in there sometimes. All right, so there you go, kind of an update with all the crazy weather and everything, and well, 2020 in general. And we can do a small garden, we think, but as far as big gardening, it's gonna have to be something probably for retirement, when we can come out here every day and work in the garden for a couple hours at a time. So there you go. The one potato is doing good, looks like. We have some lettuce that came up. We have some spinach that finally came up this time. A little bit of carrots. The beets are doing okay. The basil is just coming back. That's nice. So probably have to trim that here in a little bit because we don't want it to go to flower and change the flavor. But that's looking good. And it looks like we have one kaleidoscope carrot that's doing really good. The regular carrots, there's a couple of popping up, but they're just not growing very well. So maybe I didn't do this garden correctly. Still some dill coming in. So, all right, so there you go. Until next time, cheers.
I was like, I can them up. Might have to watch that and edit it.